Hello, this is JP Hrisoulas, the cranky old bastard, with an addendum to my previous video on how to clean up a fuller by hand. When I was annealing back the ricasso area here on this Khanjar I've been working on, this area in here, I noticed some scratches I missed that are pretty deep to take out by hand with the 320 paper. So since I mentioned the Fordham flexible shaft machine, oh excuse me, these sinuses are just killing me today. Since I mentioned this before, this is it right here. It's a handpiece. Think of it as, you know, everybody's familiar with the Dremels. This is like a Dremel times 10. It's a variable speed, it's foot operated, it rates off a pedal. It's a real handy thing. You can do all kinds of neat things with it. You can drill, you can polish, you can sand, you can shape. There's even hammer hand pieces for that go in here that you can actually pop off. And you pull this back, and it pops right off. I'm not going to do that right now. And you actually do engraving with it, line engraving. But this is a 1/2 inch diameter round drum, and it uses these little sleeves, which are basically little sanding bands, and they come anywhere from coarse, which is like a 80 grit, between a 60 and 80 grit, fine, which is like 120, medium, which is like 180 to 200, fine is like 220, extra fine is like 300. This is extra fine. They all go all the way up to 600, I believe. I think I got some 600s in here, which I use for I do my Bakelite stuff and my ivory and fluting. I'll show you how to do a flute by hand. I just start fluting, but I don't want to digress off of this. So I'm going to get in here, in this area here, and let me get this thing set up to where I can actually reach the pedal. And you don't have to go fast. And let me get a little closer. Okay, here we go. And you just basically just want to you see how it cut real nice? Isn't that beautiful? Get rid of all those little marks. Now I'm gonna get this mark in here. Now put this around here, and like I said, getting the ends of these fullers can be a little bit of a bugger. So just come back here. I'm going to advance this arbor a little bit further out because I'm digging on the blade. The arbor's a little too close in tight. So it's got a regular key chuck. And these are available just about anywhere. Needless to say, these Fordhams cost a little bit more than a Dremel does. So there's a little bit of a brain cheese here. Now let's go down here and finish this up. Now, the nice thing about these is variable speed. Now, I'm going to go to the other side too, because this is the one that really had the buggers right down in here. So, let's take this up right in here. Flip it around, get this area right here. Now I'm going to loosen this up a little bit and advance this belt, the sanding band. You just unscrew it. That shrinks the band a little bit. And that's enough. And then tighten it up, you just punch the, then we go in there and get this all cleaned up again. Now I'm going to get this in here. You don't want to press hard because you don't want to divot it out. Now I'm going to take this one through a little bit. And you see how nice it makes these fullers as you work it back and forth. That's all you basically do is take it a few times, look at it, and I'm going to come back and get this other side. It's here. That's into the fuller here because this is, like I say, that's the tricky spot. Now I'm going to reverse this belt because all the work is done on this side here. So I'm going to take the belt off, this little band, and then flip it around and use the other edge. So these are basically bolted on. Flip it around. You can see where, let's see if I can get this here. Up in here where it got all glazed over from about here up. So just flip it around and put it back on. You tighten it up, and then you go back and continue to polish. Now you want to, I like to feather these in, and what I mean by feathering them in is instead of just taking and just diving right in the spot like here. Let's say I want to start here. Let's say the blue here. You want to start right here and just take it all the way in and then take it all the way out. You want to blend it in. You just don't want to make a divot and make it worse. Believe me, I've done that. It's heartbreaking when you see that because you always know it's there, no matter how much you try to hide it. But yeah, as it makes. So we're just going to get here, this area up in here. You don't have to be going that fast either. Now, I'm going to do this area up in here, then I go back and hand sand it again, and this will take it all down. And you see how it cleans that up really nice? I might not even have to go back and hand sand that. I don't think I will. I don't think I will. But I want to get this area here a little bit more. A little bit of divot right here I want to take out. So the trouble with at times is seeing this. There, I got it. This little bump here, I'll take it out in the final grind, which will be next after I give this another inspection and look at it. These flexible shaft machines come in different models. Some use a collet, like a end mill, up here in the handpiece. I use the drill chuck. It's not as accurate as the collet ones, but it's much more versatile because instead of having to change collets, anytime I change diameters, I just put in a chuck and tighten it down or open it up. I use this one chuck for everything from 1 millimeter drills up to the arbors. It'll take up to a 1/4 inch shank, but most of mine are between, like I say, 1.5 millimeters, 1/16 of an inch up to maybe just not even an eighth. So I think an eighth is the thickest arbor I use. And these little drums come anywhere from 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 5/8, and I think 5/8. I think 3/4 is the largest you can get for these on this. Although I have seen them that are an inch or so, but I never used any. I really don't need that because I got my belt grinders for the small wheel attachments for those. But they come in handy. They're a really neat piece of machinery. They are a little bit pricey, but they are worth their weight in gold because they are very versatile, and they allow you to do things like, you know, drill tiny little holes, see what you're actually doing. I use this drill holes where I put my pins in on my bone or bovine ivory or horn or anything else. I didn't put pilot holes in, so I put those discussion pins in to stud the grips. They're really handy for that. But when you use such a small drill, you got to make sure you don't have like these monster hands and you totally bugger it up, because you snap a drill off in a hole, and that's something that tiny, you're just not going to get it out unless you get real creative. And I've yet to figure that one out, because believe me, I've done my share of that. But as you can see, it's coming along nice. The fuller's nice and clean now. I don't see any boo-boo hole, any more of those boo-boo lines. Like I said, I don't think I need to go back and hand sand this, because it came out real nice. Even sharpened up the delineation lines between the spines here on the fullers. So anyway, that's all that I know about this. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you got something out of this video. Like I said before, if I make a mistake, I'll show it. I'll show you how to correct it if I can, which I just did. So you got to take your time with this. You know, I could have just finished it up and been done with it, but no, I don't think so. My name's going on this thing, and I got to have some pride in my work. So other than that, thank you so much once again. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you didn't like it, please hit the like button anyway. Nobody will know. So thank you so much. The blessings of the wise Lord upon you. May Mazda guide your days. Thank you. Bye-bye.